Hey there, everybody at EEA. We are here at the Symposium. It is 3/4 of the day gone by, and we are just here having a snack. So we decided to sit down for a change and have a chat. So, when we think about how to have a chat, there's nobody better than Robert Godwin, who is here to chat about what it's like to actually translate the vision of the company into profitability and delivering ESG. And you do that very well. I've had the pleasure of staying in part of the Lamington group, so it's been fabulous. So, are we eating first?
I think we have a bite.
Are you sure you want
I think we have a quick bite. I've had one already.
We're having very nice brownies, by the way, here at the Weston in the city of London. Okay, so I'm going to eat, and you're eating,
Good.
And we're going to chat. So, it's not easy to translate this. You've grown the business, you're well known in the space of being so environmentally conscious. How do you make that actually happen with general managers or your regionals and translate that into profitability?
Well, I think initially it starts with the vision, communicating the vision top down and embedding that. And once people are hooked on the why, it's really going to come down to training and being consistent with the training. Upskilling the teams so that at least we're talking the same language. I think that's absolutely critical. And then very quickly, one has to turn that knowledge and those commitments into really sort of business KPIs, business metrics, just like health and safety would be, or any other financial metrics. So they're set in a sort of consistent format with the rest of the business's goals.
Right. And so, give us some examples of how that applies from some of your team that stand out and being able to take the philosophy and the vision and translate it into business outcomes.
Well, we've got people across the whole business it really is down to the very most junior levels, from housekeepers to the front of house, up through general manager and through the whole team. It was very important for us that everyone in the business basically adopted our vision so that we'd have the biggest possible impact, and we really could have initiatives which were in place and taken on by individuals in their departments across the whole company. Something which we have implemented now 4 years running is sort of an internal gamified sort of points-based system where annually we collect something called Team Planet, where we basically award individuals and teams points for all their sustainability efforts or commitments or pledges or initiatives that they're delivering, and that could be in their personal lives at home. They get a few points for, but equally initiatives inside the business, so that we gamify and financially reward at the sort of our annual conference the commitments that they're making. So we try and make sure everyone's driving the agenda, which means the conversation is always strong.
Sure. So we did Recharge at your great new property in Belfast, and the business community seemed very behind that. How did you find how that integration occurred? How did the group get the team there? How do they build that relationship with the business and political and other grandees of the city to say, you're the right business for Belfast?
Well, we've very much, whenever we go to a location, we're super committed to understanding the neighbourhood, designing locally, bringing in local artists, local suppliers, really, really, truly embedding ourselves in that community. Because that's the way we're going to understand how that city operates, how we can attract the best talent, how we can be true to the area, and then ultimately tell a lot of stories and provide a higher level experience. And that's sort of the nature of the sort of the starter project which we do. And I think just through having passion for how we work and the location, it attracts great people and great messaging, and it attracts a good atmosphere and conversation. So,
all right, now looking forward. You've been to many conferences, you contribute to many conferences. You look out 18 months, what do you think some of the risks and rewards are in this space?
I think I'm very conscious over I feel 5 years' time, and it's probably a lot sooner than that. Regulation coming into effectively all parts of the economy, coming in pretty firmly. And I think some businesses are going to get hit surprisingly hard by new demands, and that is that's sort of probably the back end of the sort of the timeline with things coming forward right now. I think there's real risks of not understanding or not knowing what the implications are, and I'm constantly trying to keep up with all the sort of the new acronyms, and it is difficult. Hopefully, I think the message I take from today is that there is some standardization, some consolidation, but it is a major project. So getting on board as quick as possible is going to mitigate that risk, because we all understand how this is a shift in the world sort of a focus that is here to stay, and we need to be really adapting to it.
So time pressure without acronyms. Let's just get there faster. Just get there faster. Well, anyway, we're on the train, not going from Dublin to Belfast, but we're here in London. And from us here at EEA, the summit in London, which is a prime symposium where all those that want to learn.